Hey, what's up, beautiful souls? I hope everybody's day is going really well, and I hope that your day has been filled with love and laughter and presence. Today, I wanted to touch on a topic real quick for parents that have kids with ADHD diagnosis and kind of bring awareness and maybe a bit of knowledge or a different perspective that maybe you haven't thought of, because these diagnoses, I'm not saying it's not a real thing. I am merely saying that we are overdiagnosing these kids and we're shoving pills down these kids' throat, just because we don't understand how they use energy. And we're trying to plug them into this system, this education system, where they have to sit in a classroom and learn stagnantly when they have this abundance of energy. And what I want to bring to the table and offer my perspective as far as what I see working with youth is the children's diets. And I'm not just talking about food, but the diet of the whole being, the intake of the electronics, the not getting in nature, not drinking enough water, and the food. The food does play a very big part. All these hormones, all these genetically modified foods, all of these additives and preservatives and dyes that we put into food in our society very much plays a part into these kids not understanding their body, and their body's not functioning properly and efficiently. And I just offer to parents with children that have these diagnoses that it's so important to watch your child's intake of water, your child's intake of non-organic food that has pesticide, even fruits and vegetables. These fields are sprayed with pesticides and chemicals and all these things to keep things from eating that in nature. And it plays a very big role into it. And even the soil that our food is grown into, or grown from, our soil is dead and depleted of nutrients because all of these chemicals that we were spraying on the ground and everything. So be mindful of what you're feeding your child, and don't be deceived by something being labeled as healthy, because it says sugar free, but what you don't know, there's 5 man-made chemicals that replace the sugar in the thing. So they can legally advertise it as sugar free because it doesn't contain sugar, but the 5 man-made additives that sweeten the stuff up is worse than the sugar. So really be mindful and do your research when there's a list of ingredients or things that make up your food that you can't even pronounce, and you can't even begin to fathom what the hell it is with your analytical mind. Then it's more than often man-made bullshit that we put in food to preserve the shelf life and the profit of these big companies. And it's really sad, and it's really disheartening. And the same goes with water. Being mindful of, first of all, your water consumption, but secondly, the water that you do consume, being mindful of it being filtered, of all the stuff, because our water system is recycled and reused, and filters don't take out all of the stuff that we need. Good filters do, but if you're drinking local tap water, the filter system that these companies use, they're dumping in chlorine, they're dumping all kinds of chemicals in our water to clean it up, but the chemicals that they're using to clean it up are just as harmful, if not more harmful, than the shit that was already in the water from nature. So just be mindful, bring awareness to your child's diet. Don't let them sit in front of a computer or gaming system or TV for 5, 6, 7 hours a day and not have them get out in nature. These kids just want to sit behind screens, and we allow it because for the sake of not fighting with the child. I'll pick your battles. Well, that's a pretty damn important battle if your child is struggling with controlling his energy. And as a parent, learn about energy, learn about transmuting energy, in a positive way. Learn about grounding energy and ridding yourself of excess energy. Do the research on your own. If you're struggling with your child, and it's easy to take him to the doctor. Oh, he has ADHD. There's nothing we can do about it. He's on medication. It's like, man, we're really numbing these kids down and taking away their divine gifts and their psychic abilities and their attunement to the spiritual realm. We're dulling these down and suffocating these children in prisons of their own physical vessel, and it's really sad. But there's so much knowledge and there's so much information, and that's outside of the mainstream, what doctors tell you. And there are some amazing, beautiful doctors that do have a holistic approach, and grateful the fact that our society is moving towards more holistic approaches and more holistic means of diagnosing people with the mind, body, and spirit all playing into a diagnosis. But we're still very much so in the old programmed paradigm of, well, you have this, here's a pill. If you have this, here's a pill, without thinking about trauma, without thinking about generational trauma that's been passed down, without thinking about karmic debts in the spiritual realm. And what a disservice we're doing to these youth by not being mindful of what we are giving them and offering them to intake into their body. So I love you guys. Do your own research. I am no expert. I know just enough to bring awareness to what I think and what many think needs to change in our way of thinking, in our consciousness right now. We're at a time of a big shift, and I'm grateful for that. But the shift is only going to happen if we bring awareness to what is keeping us down in these old paradigms. So I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I hope this shines a little bit of light on a situation that you may be dealing with, or a family member may be dealing with. So learn how to ground your energy. Teach your children about energy. Teach your children about healthy diets and healthy habits, and the best way to do it is to model it. So be the shining light in your own child's life, and don't do them a disservice by shoving pills down their throat. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you very soon.